And we're live. SMASHCAST number 63.
63.
All right.
With a special guest.
Very special guest.
Mr. Pat.
Yeah. Special.
Mr. Pat.
Special. Special you are.
Special.
Special being the operative word.
Yes. So Pat is actually going to be our new trainer here.
Yeah, come on.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And we're super excited to have him. So Pat, who are you?
Yeah, who are you, bro?
Wow. That's a loaded
That's
question.
an existential
that's
loaded question.
That's a big question. Well, I mean, my name is Pat, so we started there already.
Well, is it though?
Is it though?
Actually, no. It's
Is
my
it
middle
Patrick?
name. It's my middle name.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
What's your first name?
Patrick.
Fitzgerald?
Michael. Michael Patrick. How
Michael Patrick.
Roman Catholic.
That is very Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
cool. I feel like I should be saying Holy Mary or something like that.
we good. I do lots of Hail Mary sometimes.
Awesome.
No, yeah. So my name is Pat, middle name. Gone by it my whole life.
Cool.
There's no story behind it other than that's what they called me because my dad was Michael.
Makes
Been
sense.
in Vegas for 8 years now. Love Vegas
Cool.
most of the time, except for in July,
Yep.
maybe August.
July's the best month.
Maybe because it's your birthday month, I think, if I remember
It
right.
is.
Yeah.
But it's the
Wait
hottest
for July in the gym.
month. Yeah, no,
You'll love it even
it's
more.
Great.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I only take clients at 4 a.m.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
in July. So yeah, no, I've known Carlo for a little bit now.
Yep.
You know, and I've just been training guys for fun and on the side and helping out. The hardest client, she probably won't watch this, is my wife. She's the toughest client I've ever had for sure.
Really? Why makes her tough?
Bro,
'Cause she does
it's
what
the
she wants.
toughest. Your
They
wife
do what
is
they
the
want.
toughest
Oh
client.
yeah, no, I didn't know if there was like some like she's determined. It's hard to challenge her.
No, she just does what she wants. You know,
Okay.
She's like,
do you know she might be watching this?
She's not watching. She's working.
Okay.
She's got a 9 to 5. You know.
Hey.
Hey, there we go.
Sorry, we have technical
okay.
issues.
You're good.
This is a smaller screen, and I have
Dog hands.
I
Yeah,
pause. Like I can't help it.
Yeah.
So, wife's your toughest client, okay, but you're working with her, which is cool.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that's pretty.
I'm
that's,
there to serve.
That's pretty awesome.
I think my heart behind all of it is I love serving and I love people. And
Wow,
over the last
good for
few
you.
years, you know, God's just given me a heart for fitness.
Cool.
And this is another way to help and serve
Yes,
people
that's right. It's a
and
means.
reach goals. And there's
Bro.
a lot of correlations between faith and fitness. There just is.
100%, man.
That's
100%. This is your Trojan horse to help people.
Yes.
This is not an end. It's a means to an end.
That's right.
is like-
I think I would have picked a different analogy, but it definitely it fits.
I'm not clever, and I'm on low sleep, so my wit will be even more dry and awful as it goes.
It's all good. This is live and cut, unbridled.
So, what in training other people? What have you found consistent across the people you train that you're like, you know what, I like this? What is it?
Well, the truth is, if we do it right, the transformation is always there, and that in itself is one of the rewards.
Yep.
But it's not just looking better; it's feeling better.
Okay.
And that's what I realized with my own transformation is like it wasn't so much the physical change, which as much as I appreciated that,
Sure.
it was waking up and feeling better, having energy, not waking up feeling 40, right? Like you actually feel good, but then you also see others. But then it also correlates to everything else in life.
Yeah,
like
that
when
does.
you learn consistency and discipline in here, and then you learn how to discipline your food, and you learn, God forbid, some self-control.
Yep.
Well, then it starts to
Yep.
get everything else in your life, and you just see that perpetual growth. And so I feel like this is one way to affect everything in your life.
So, for those
Yes.
who don't know, what was your journey? You talked about your journey. So, where were you at 40?
Yeah,
Or
so
whatever.
I was 36.
36,
So I was
let's talk.
36.
Okay.
I'm 5'8". I was 205, so it's pretty overweight.
Okay.
I was tired, lethargic, and honestly, the two biggest things that I realized, man, I need to change was I was trying to play soccer with my son Malachi, my middle boy, and I couldn't breathe. I felt like after 10 minutes, I was like hunched over. I was gonna have a heart attack, and he's just running in a circle. He's like, "Come on, Dad, let's play." And I'm like, "Hold on, I'm trying not to die." You know.
Wow.
It's just kind of the realization, like I can't even like play with my kid, you know. And then the second one is I went on vacation, and I used to be an athlete, like I was in the military, and I went mountain bike riding with my brother-in-law.
Okay.
And while we're riding up the mountain, I literally almost passed out on the side of the mountain, feel like I'm having a heart attack.
Oh, man.
And I feel like
Okay.
I can't breathe, and that my heart is just like going to beat out of my chest, and I'm laying there and I'm watching this like 14-year-old kid just cruise by. a second time.
Nice.
And he passed me 3 times.
Nice.
And I was like, I'm going to kick that kid over the cliff over here in a second. Like, he keeps passing me. But I just realized, like, I'm not the man that I was physically. I couldn't do things that I enjoyed. But I also felt it at home, right? You're tired. You're achy. I used to have bad knee pain. I had shoulder pain. And I couldn't throw the football with my kids. And, you just kind of get to that point where, like, I know what to do. I just need to do it. And that's when it shifted. So I started just by changing my diet, and I lost 20 pounds that way.
Okay.
And then I got some dumbbells and just a simple bench press in my garage. Okay. I remember that was January of 2021, and just started lifting dumbbells.
Nice.
And then eventually got back into the gym, and then you start to see change. And then I did my first Spartan race and Tough Mudder, and then I realized, like, man, I really enjoy this. Like, this is
cool,
great.
man.
And then you kind of just get back to, man, I feel incredible. I just turned 41 and I have no knee pain, and I my shoulder's just 90% fine.
Yeah. 90%.
There's a little click from some
Welcome
old
to the bench press,
injuries,
bro.
So it's just like you just get to this point where, like, man, I feel good for my age.
That's
awesome.
good. I love that. So what kind of races have you done now?
So I have done a Tough Mudder, Spartan. I've done 5Ks. I've done 10Ks. The Spartan Beast, which is the half marathon, is next on my radar. Running my first half marathon this weekend down here in Vegas.
Okay.
So just learned distance, done several 5Ks. Like the biggest transformation was I could barely run a mile when I started.
Got it.
Now I'm running, a 5K. It feels like a short jog
Got it.
now. It feels like a short run.
Not for me.
Yeah, it's just been part of the journey, and same with weightlifting. Like, you see the progression of, like, okay, I could barely put up 20 pounds on a dumbbell press, and now you're talking about entering the powerlifting competition. It's just that little progression where you just make goals, and then once you hit it, naturally I'm like, well, what's the next one?
What's the next step?
What's the next goal? Yeah, man. And so Pat and Dog are actually competing in a bench only.
Oh, so you're doing bench only? Yes, that's right.
Oh, heck yeah.
Bench only for in May 10th.
May 10th.
That's right.
That's right. Sign up now.
Day before Mother's Day.
SmashIronFitness.com.
SmashIronFitness.com.
Actually, it's gonna be on there, but it's not on Smash Iron. But definitely visit SmashIronFitness.com.
Just for fun.
It's just for fun. Just check it out.
Check out the website.
Yeah. So we do have. I want to make a commercial break.
Okay.
We do have. What? The Smash Iron commercial break.
Nice.
Breaking in. February 21st. Tomorrow.
February 21st. Today's February, right? Oh, when you said February, that freaked me out. But it is February. February 20th, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Morning. What's going on tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning
Carlo?
is Get Lit with Laura.
Get Lit with Laura.
This is her event to bring women in one spot to get to know them, to build her, her online women community. It's going to be an in-body party. So we're going to provide in-body assessments for all the ladies. Okay. Also, if you show up for the event, you will also get free coffee. And we don't have just regular coffee here.
The coffee here is
we have espresso.
So good.
Espresso.
It's the only coffee I drink black. It's the only coffee I drink black. It's so good.
Testimonial right here.
Man.
Do you like coffee?
I am a social coffee drinker, and I like.
What does that mean?
I predominantly drink coffee when I'm with other people.
That's it.
And meetings. No, I'll drink some in the morning, but it's got stuff in it,
What does it have in it?
What stuff?
Not whiskey. I know I'm Irish.
It's
just
I was gonna say like Bailey's?
Just a little bit of zero sugar creamer.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
I do too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm more of a pre-workout / energy drink guy.
Got it.
What's your go-to energy drink?
Honestly, well, I like First Forms just because I like their stuff, but I do like that Ahani cherry slush because it literally tastes like a cherry slushie.
Got it.
Yeah, or anything orange sickle. Actually, the Rain creamsicle tastes like an orange creamsicle.
Interesting. It's just on my heart, and I have to say it. I think it's a Lonnie.
It could be. It's something.
I don't think it's a honey.
Whatever it is,
it's a Lonnie.
I drink the cherry slush. That's what I like.
That's a good one. I like
cherry
that one.
Slush is what I read.
I like that one.
So that's tomorrow. What's going on Saturday?
Saturday, free.
Oh,
free.
Everybody's favorite word.
Yes, everyone.
Tactical seminar, question and answer.
Bonanza.
Bonanza.
With Quentin and
With Quentin and Matt. Quentin is he's been a medic before. He's been a police officer before. He does executive protection. And this guy is well-rounded. And Matt is a former SWAT sniper. And he also does executive protection.
That's cool.
So executive protection, they're the real deal.
They're the real deal.
So executive protection, they basically protect high level people, celebrities, whatever. And I don't want to throw names out there, but just that.
Yeah.
So they know what they're doing. You guys can bring your, let's say, guns. Just leave your magazines in the car.
Just leave them unloaded.
Yeah, just leave your magazines in the car, and you can bring them in, and we can talk about gun safety. We can talk on how to break down your gun, to how to store your gun, to home security, situational awareness, self-defense.
Personal security, all that stuff.
Whatever questions you guys have, Saturday is the day. So come by, and that's at 3:30 for Saturday. And for tomorrow, for the ladies, 8 to 10 a.m. Back to you, dog.
Back to you. Awesome.
Great commercial.
Sweet.
That's it.
It's good.
Back to you.
Back to you. So,
we didn't do very good on Alarm, though. I didn't advertise for them very well.
Who?
I got the name wrong.
well, they're not sponsoring them
Okay,
either,
good. Yeah,
so
they're not
there's-
sponsoring me, so
Technically,
forget
no
them.
incentive.
You said first form, right? See, I can't even say
Yeah.
it. Don't sponsor me, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we need to ump that.
You are a first form athlete, right?
No, there's a difference.
Okay.
There is?
First form athlete, they get the stuff for free.
Oh, got it. Okay.
The Legionnaire, I just get a commission on
Got it,
purchases
got
with
it.
like an
Okay.
ambassador.
Okay, so
But
you're
the
a first,
athlete
you're,
gets free stuff. I'm not there yet.
Got it.
you're a first form ambassador.
Ambassador.
There you go.
Hey, that's
great.
good. That's something.
Yeah. Hey, I like kickbacks for buying products.
Yes.
You know.
Sure.
I need to do mine. I have a company that wants to do that ambassador thing, and I just remembered it right now.
Yeah. There you go.
So there it is. It's like
Unnamed.
Prozeek or something. It's like the one that Ronnie has. Prozeek.
Oh yeah, Prozis.
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 Something like that. I don't know.
right?
It's like a big company in like Europe or something like
Got
that.
it.
But
And Ronnie promotes it too. So,
yeah.
There you go.
so Pat, what would you imagine you would bring to the gym? I mean, apart from your own personal experience, which in my opinion is pretty much everything, because I mean, you know what these people are doing. What do you feel now, even before you've shadowed people? What do you think you would bring to the table, in addition or different than what you've already seen here?
Yeah, I my overall passion really is just helping men get healthy,
Okay.
right? And so that's a little bit all encompassing.
Okay.
And there we
You're good,
go.
you're good?
I can hear. No, I lost it in here.
Oh, you lost it.
No, I got it back.
You got it back. Okay,
Yeah.
we're good.
So it's not just what you do in here; it's what you do everywhere.
That's
right.
What I feel like I bring to the table the most is I've done the weight loss challenge.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
I've cut and bulked a couple of times.
Yep.
I added cardio when I had no cardio.
Yep.
And then turn around and doing powerlifting, doing obstacle course. But it's also not even just the lifting heavy weights. I believe in as much the functional movement. And so as an aging man, right, getting in our 40s,
Aging man.
that functional movement is important, and that not having knee pain and shoulder pain, and also how to exercise around them when they do hurt. I had to learn how to do stuff with a limited shoulder. I had to strengthen my knees to get that movement and flexibility back, and so bring that in to help guys get healthy all around, but also adding to just the daily, I want to move with my kids, functional to it, rather than, getting jacked is cool, but I want to do all of it.
That's fair. Cool, man.
It's important what we do out there, especially as fathers, and to be like a gym hero.
Yeah.
Right? It's like to be able to keep up with your kids.
Well, and like I keep saying, again, my kids are older now. Like all of mine are teenagers. My youngest turns 13 in April. I know, it makes me feel old saying it out loud.
Bruh.
But the biggest thing is, like, I want to be the fun grandparent that
Got it.
plays with my kids.
Oh, nice.
I want to wrestle with them and have
Yeah,
fun and
yeah,
hang out and
yeah.
do the stuff with them, and not the grandparent watching from the couch. I want to be active and involved in my grandkids' life someday.
That's important.
So you have, let's see, so your father, obviously a husband, so 3 kids, right? Is that
Three
correct?
kids.
3 kids, okay. So
Yeah.
that's also experience there that not everyone has here anyway.
Yeah,
All
and
the training
they
field.
keep me busy. My oldest is into like airsoft and tactical
Okay.
stuff.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
My middle son plays basketball and Every once in a while, when I'm feeling froggy, I'll get out there and play with him, and then realize that even my cardio still doesn't keep up with his. But he still has only ever beat me once. Okay, I'm just going to keep
good
that
to say.
noted.
Good to know.
Like a one-on-one?
Yeah, one-on-one.
Oh, okay.
I'd changed the rules after he beat me, though. We're not playing that many points. I just got tired.
Yeah.
And he can shoot threes, man. He hit like 3 threes in a row.
That's awesome.
That's how he learns to win. It's like, if I can't.
I know. And I can't hit threes to save my life, so I got to work for it. Yeah.
Man, I miss our basketball hoop. We had our basketball hoop back there.
What did happen to that? It just
So
got knocked
the
down?
wind knocked it down, or somebody broke it or something like that, but it eventually got stolen once it was like knocked down.
Okay. Well, at least
Yeah.
it was removed without us having to pay to have it removed. But still, that does suck.
Yeah.
I guess that's right.
That does.
The next basketball hoop, I do want to like drill it into the ground, rather than it was just like a regular, whatever one. But it was nice. It was nice. It was a nice warm up, like before my bench.
Used it too.
Yeah,
People used it.
I think it's good cardio, but also brings out the competitive juices.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
especially with the people here.
especially.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're in this kind of environment, that type of thing just naturally kind of exists.
Yeah. I think
Push.
I want another basketball hoop now.
Yeah.
We'll just add it to the list.
Add it to the list.
Yep, God will provide.
That's it. So what were you saying? So I felt something powerful that you said, because he just hopped off a call with Edgar. So Edgar was a consultation I had yesterday, and everything was just like aligning, right? He's overweight, and he's looking for discipline, and it's just, I don't know, and I know that he was like on the cusp of like not doing it, right? Because of like he was scared and things like that. But what was that one thing that you told him on the phone about money? Like, I thought that was so powerful.
Yeah, I said, listen, you can replenish money. It's harder to replenish health. You invest in your health, money will come.
Yeah.
That
is cool.
Everybody can. How many people have made millions or made money, but then their health deteriorates, and then they take all the money and then they spend it on their health.
Yeah.
Right. But if I invest in my health, it'll help me in so many other arenas. Because I think the greatest health care is preventative.
Yeah.
Right. And so if I just take care of me, I take care of my body, I take care of my food, and I just take care of those things, that preventative health is far cheaper than it is to be spending money, to doctors and to medicine and for pills and everything else that is a byproduct of not taking care of it.
Yeah. I mean, there's no price tag, like you said, right? There's no price tag.
Yeah. I said there is no price tag for health.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and that's again because money can be replenished. If I'm going to spend the money for my health, like it doesn't really have a price. I could take that same money and pay a medical bill because I didn't take care of it.
Yeah.
Well, you pay for it now, you pay for it later. I mean, it really is
Exactly.
that way. I mean, it's very difficult to escape this life without paying for any of it at any time.
Right, and I would rather do it on the front end of pay what's going to get me overall healthy. Because again, if I'm healthy, I'm better at serving my wife. I'm better at taking care of my kids. I'm better at work. I have more energy, and it just comes back to I feel better, so I could serve everybody else better by investing in my own health.
That's right. And what he wanted, he's like, I know by me investing in here, or by me investing into my health and doing this and like doing it right and being accountable, because his whole thing was like, it's just the accountability always falls because it's on himself.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you have to do it. Not just for you. It's like, 'cause like I think it's like you can only go so far by yourself, but we need others, right? You'll go farther.
That's true.
So it's like, and so his thing is like, man, it's like I want a family and I want kids, and I'm like, do it for that. Do it for your future.
Do it for that reason.
Do it for your future wife. Do it for your future kids. So every time that you come and every time you think you want to quit, instead of you quitting on yourself, you're going to be quitting on them if you end up quitting.
You're
right?
finding the value outside of yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Of like, I mean, some people might do it for themselves, but ultimately, when you feel like, man, I'm doing it for my future self, but also for my future spouse, or for my spouse, or for my kids, it gives that meaning outside of me. Because how many times? I mean, it's easier to do nothing.
Oh, for sure.
In the moment.
For sure.
Right. But then that add, just kind of like the gyms, the little wins in the gym, the little losses add up too.
Yes.
Right. And so just reminding them of like, listen, if this is your actual goal, these are great things you can do to get there outside of you.
That's right. And he knew by doing this, it's going to affect everything in his life.
Yeah.
And
100%.
he just he's starting a new career and things like that. He's realizing all these things. I'm like, man, I was just like, I'm so glad you're here, because it's like it was such perfect timing. I was like, I'm so glad you're here. And by the way, you're his nutritionist. So there you go, live.
Oh, okay. You got it. All right, cool. That's how we find out about things here.
Banana peels.
Protein powder. And
Gorilla tape.
Gorilla tape.
And I think we added one more, right?
Yeah.
Didn't we add one more?
It was something else. It wasn't WD-40. What was it?
Maybe. WD-40 does go a long way here.
Yeah.
It does. It fixes lots of things. Not my creaky shoulder, though.
Not the creaky
No,
shoulder.
no,
You
I'm
can't.
afraid for that, no.
But a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I realized that I partially failed as a parent when my 13-year-old said, "What's WD-40?"
Oh.
I guess that I've just done it myself.
Well, let me show you, son.
Yeah, I mean, that's something.
It works a wonder.
It does. It works. Yes, it does.
It's just a lubricant. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know, whatever.
It fixes lots of things around the house.
It does.
You know?
That's a little noisy.
That's right.
That's
It
it.
doesn't work for humans. I tried. No, I'm kidding. I didn't try.
I can confirm
A little noisy.
A little noisy.
I can confirm it does not work for humans.
Oh man. Yeah. Have you tried? I'm not going to ask that. WD-40. Have you tried WD-40 for your?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I don't think that would be a good idea.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know if I need to take a step back or
Nope.
what.
We're not in after hours just yet. Just wait till we go to SMASHCAST after hours.
Okay.
So coming into the gym, training, what is one of your, I don't want to say fears, but what is one of your unknowns about coming into the gym to train?
You have some good questions today, dog.
Yeah, those are good questions.
I'm really digging deep, man.
I love
I'm
it.
tired.
Yeah, no, I like it. I think anytime you're starting something newer, right? So training friends, training people that
wife.
you already know. Yeah, my wife.
Yeah.
I was just going to leave her out of this one. Training people who are serious about it has a certain reward. But when you're coming really to a new gym where I know you two, but I know your parents, but I don't know everybody at the gym. It's a new place. It's a new environment.
We'll introduce you to everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, which is fine, but it's just I think that's the thing is anytime you're doing something new, and B, then you're also shifting a little bit. Whoa, we're getting fireworks.
Yeah, we're getting fireworks.
That's right.
Anytime
we throw the double. Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paulie.
I'm gonna have to meet Paul now.
Yes. You
Everyone
do.
has to meet
That's
Paul.
that's a good one
He's
to
a good
meet.
one to
Yes.
Anytime you're shifting to really just kind of a new career field in the sense of taking it seriously. Hey, I'm going to invest in this. I want to take it serious. There's unknowns, right?
Yes.
And,
Sure.
uncertainties, but there's also as much excitement of like I really love fitness and I love people.
Yes.
Cool,
Yeah.
man.
I think you'll do great, man. I mean, I think honestly the Lord already has been just showing His favor on it already.
Yeah.
Just think about it. It's like this is what I was like. Fine, these are the things, and you're like, cool, and you just start your Instagram, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, I think this client will do really well with you, and it's like, it's like he's like, go, my son, do it, right?
Yeah.
So
and that's part of what's exciting. You always ask the Lord to kind of bless what you're doing, but like I said, the biggest thing is just getting in there, doing it, and the thing for me is like I always want to make sure that I'm giving it my best, and so I would say the only insecurity in the back of your mind is like I want to make sure I give them the right exercise.
That's fair.
Every time.
That's fair.
Right? Like,
That's fair.
What's the right exercise for this person? To help them.
Yeah.
And just dialing that in, because I know what I like.
Sure.
And I know what works for certain people, but just that's always what I'm thinking about. What's the right fit? What's the right exercise?
That's fair.
that's
cool.
that's a fair thing to say, and I want to give you from what we've seen here, and this is legitimately what I tell people as well with the consultations. The things that they do here is like maybe tops 20% of their actual results.
Maybe.
Oh, absolutely.
And so it almost alleviates. Not saying that you like to do. It's like I can do a bad job here, but any program will work as long as it's consistent. Any program. It can be a C program.
Yeah, that's right.
Done consistently.
That's the truth.
You'll get the results.
That's the truth.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, and you said this already. 80% of the battle is outside these doors.
Yeah.
And that's something I tell the people as well, because it puts them like, oh, okay, so it's not just me showing up to the gym and that's it.
Yeah.
No. Like we're not the end all be all. We're just a passenger in your car.
Yeah.
In your car, and we're gonna tell you, turn left, turn right, stop, go. But it's your choice to push the gas and the brake, and then put it into drive or put it in reverse or park. That's your choice, as I say as a client. And so it all we can do is put our hands up in the air, and hope they'll listen and they'll do what they need to be doing.
Yeah, and I think just getting their mindset around it. This is a new life habit. It's not a diet. It's not a new gym thing. It's like I'm developing a new life habit.
Yes.
Like this is now, and this is what I've told anybody that I started training. I'm like, you don't fit the gym into your schedule. Like you don't do that.
That's right.
You treat it like if I have a meeting, that I'm going to treat that meeting like I'm not going to miss it. You do the same thing with the gym. You put it in where you know you won't miss, and then you create it as if I'm going there no matter what.
Right. Yep.
And it's now it's what I do, not if I can get there.
Right.
And it's now that life habit
Right.
of this is what I do. It's a part of my life, even if it's just twice a week, right? So I think just getting people to understand that, hey, I want to change my life. Well, then you have to just create some new habits.
100%.
That's what I tell clients. I like, the good news is it's going to change your life.
Yeah.
But I warn you, this is going to change your life.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I tell them. That's what I tell them.
I know
They
my
don't believe
wife
me.
sometimes wishes that it wouldn't have, because now she's like, all you ever want to do is go to the gym.
Protein.
Yeah, protein.
Protein.
My kids are gonna like, they're gonna hit therapy someday and be like, if somebody else does protein one more time.
I love it.
Protein.
I love it. It's hilarious. It's funny.
Hey, we have
It's
to,
funny.
because I mean,
It's funny.
to get really good results, you have to focus on protein. You have to.
Yeah, you do.
And
That's gonna be my-
we
yes.
spend in our day, we spend sleeping, eating, and moving.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you really think about it.
That's it. Yep.
Sleeping, eating, and moving. So eating is a big part
Yep.
Yeah.
of our day to day.
It is.
And so and if we can get it to their heads that protein is the
Protein.
one thing that people should just focus on and
Yeah.
and revolve their eating around
That's exactly right.
protein,
That's right.
their results are going to skyrocket.
Well, and like I try to tell my wife, is the protein will help your recovery.
Yes.
So you want to be less sore, eat protein, right? It's not going to completely fix it if you did a good workout, but it is going to quicken that
That's right.
process
Yes.
and converting it to muscle from all the broken, repaired muscle, right? And strengthening it. And so if you get the protein,
Correct.
it'll help you, and you'll feel more satiated, right?
Plus-
You'll feel fuller.
It takes more energy to break down
Bye.
protein.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
does
And that's
others.
why anytime one of my teenagers wants a snack and says I'm hungry, I'm say protein.
Protein.
Here's a rotisserie chicken.
Beef
Although
Set.
I will tell you this though, trying to feed these 3 teenagers that much protein.
Yeah.
like,
Okay. How is that? So like you have teenagers.
Jeez.
I have obviously my toddlers. What is like what do you feed them? Like let's talk about that.
Okay, what
Like-
do I want to feed them and what do they want to eat is two
Correct,
different things.
correct. Let's
But
talk about- let's
what
talk
we
about
buy. But we don't buy a ton of junk. But I give in a little bit because
Okay.
they're teenagers and they're skinny, so they can eat it, they can afford it. But we're not a sugar-free household, but I'm not also pro-sugar, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, we eat for lunches. We make their own at the school they go to. So we basically take a lot of the dinners and we convert them. So, Benaya likes lasagna, so he'll get lasagnas or leftovers. Like last night we had tater tot casserole.
Tater tot casserole. Okay.
You never had tater tot casserole?
No.
Like the way you just said that. Dang, you've never lived. You've never had tater tot casserole.
Have you had tater tot casserole?
No, I have not.
What?
What is tater tot casserole?
Oh, jeez. I've never made it. I just eat
If
it.
you've had tater tot
I said it.
casserole,
No,
let
listen.
us know.
No, listen.
I'm curious.
It's tater tots,
Okay.
ground beef, and basically cream of mushroom soup.
Cream of mushroom soup.
I can
Okay.
picture
Yes,
that.
it's a
I can
casserole.
Picture that.
And you just mix it and bake it?
Sure. My wife does it.
Okay.
But that's the
Okay.
ingredients because I pay for it.
Tater tot casserole next Sunday.
So it's 2 pounds of ground beef and tater tots. My kids will eat that, right? So it gives them some protein and some carbohydrates, and hey, they're good.
That's a good balance. And the cream of mushroom, I mean, there's some good fat in there too.
Yeah, listen, it's one of my go-tos. That, and I love tuna casserole. I love tuna casserole.
Okay, what is tuna casserole?
Now that I've had.
Okay,
That I've had.
it's casserole. We use the chickpea noodles.
noodles,
So
okay.
they're like basically high in
Chickpea-
protein
okay, chickpea
noodles.
noodles, yeah.
And then you add tuna fish, a couple of cans of tuna fish.
Okay.
And cream of mushroom soup. Stick it in the thing. It's easy.
Interesting.
But it's very high in protein, especially if you're using the protein chickpea noodles.
Yeah.
And then you get some of those
I'm
good
making that
carbs.
next Sunday.
I'm telling you, those are 2 of my favorite go-to casseroles. So we do. And my kids basically they'll eat
Huh.
tacos, they'll eat spaghetti, they'll eat meat and rice, meat and potato, and then we'll do casseroles and chili. But one of my kids won't eat chili, but the rest will.
Hold on, who won't eat chili?
Oh, I'll give you one guess.
Malachi.
No, it's Benaya.
Oh, okay.
So Benaiah is he's my pickiest eater.
Oh, I thought Malachi was your picky eater.
Now Malachi is the one that will try anything.
Okay. So Benaiah is
Once.
Benaiah is the picky one.
Benaiah is my picky one.
Okay.
But again, he's old enough now, 15, almost 16. I'm like, we ain't making you something else, so you can make your own food or heat up something else. But we ain't making you nothing else.
Yeah, eat it or starve.
Yeah. Well, he won't starve. He'll sneak a snack later. I know him.
Okay.
So we do that for and then we feed him that for the breakfast. I hate cereal, but it ends up in the house most of the time. But I'm a big bananas, fruits, oranges, rice cakes.
Okay,
those type of things. Trying to give him something in the morning. On the weekends, we'll do eggs. As long as we can afford them. I think I sold my kidney the other day so I can get some eggs. But
Yep.
Actually, you want to hear a true story? You want to hear about Favor?
Yeah.
I got free Trader Joe's eggs.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
Really?
I'm a one of none.
That's one of none.
Wow.
How
I got
how did
free
that happen?
Trader Joe's eggs. So in Trader Joe's, 10:30 Saturday morning, and they were almost out of eggs already. And so I went over, I got my thing of eggs, got to the front, and he opened it. He's like, "Hey, you're missing an egg." And I was like, "I don't care. You're almost out. I'll take it."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, let me see if I can get you a discount." So he calls the manager over. The manager looks at me, looks at the eggs. He's like, just give it to him.
Oh,
Wow.
I love it.
And then he goes, "Hey, that's amazing. You got Trader Joe's eggs for free. We should tell people." I was like, "No, don't tell me. That's how I get out of the building. Like, let me get out first.
amazing.
I don't want to get jumped for my eggs."
They'll chase you down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
really. Holy cow.
yeah. Now I cherish those.
Interesting. How much is a dozen right now?
It depends on where you go. Walmart, they're still like $6 or $7.
That's insane.
It is insane, but
So like,
I haven't bought eggs in
how about
forever.
how about like
so
organic,
that's
pasture raised,
ridiculous.
listen,
dozen eggs right now? What does it go for?
probably like $12.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm just trying to
I still
imagine-
buy my eggs from Costco.
Interesting.
I mean, because there's so many of us. The only kid in my house that doesn't eat eggs is Neve. But like, if I'm going to do scrambled eggs for the other four of us,
Yeah.
it's like almost 10 eggs. It's like 8 eggs at least.
Yeah.
That's just okay.
Okay, and you like scrambled eggs?
Oh, I just eat eggs. I like eggs.
Do you like ketchup on your eggs?
Sugar-free
don't.
ketchup. No, I'll throw
like
some
ketchup.
ketchup. I like ketchup on my eggs, but
I
I
love
actually prefer
ketchup.
hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah. I like some like either Tapatio or Valentina.
That is one thing. If there's no ketchup with my scrambled eggs, there's gonna be a problem.
Dang.
Big problem.
Do they have to be scrambled?
No, so I can have poached eggs.
Okay.
And I can have it with bread or with bacon or whatever, or gravy, biscuits and gravy. That's my go-to is biscuits and gravy with poached eggs on top.
Does your wife? Sorry, just random thought. Does she do like biscuits, like sourdough biscuits?
She's tried them. Yeah, she's done them.
Oh man.
Yeah,
That would be so good.
I'm trying to convince. I'm trying to convince.
I'm gonna be hungry by the time we're done with this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince her to do sourdough pizza next.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
intriguing.
That'd
Yeah.
be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't eat a ton of pizza, but I eat
You know
some.
what? Sourdough biscuits and gravy sounds really good right now.
Doesn't it?
I can
You know what I'm
picture it.
saying? Like if you could do a sourdough biscuit and you throw some good gravy on it.
Yum. There we go. There we go. Now we're talking.
I'm just
Now we're
saying.
talking.
But yeah, if the eggs are scrambled, I can't eat them just like that. I have to have ketchup. Like I will go out of my way. I will leave my eggs on the table, and I will go to Smith's to buy ketchup to come back to have them.
Wow.
That's intriguing.
I'm not that
Drew.
hardcore. I would just like find
Yeah.
something else and just I'm the guy that's like I care very little about how my food tastes.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I just mix a lot of things and then I just throw like 1 or 2 sauces that I like on top of it.
Interesting.
And that's why my wife's like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "Listen, food is fuel."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I just
I'm
gotta
similar.
get my protein in. I gotta get the
Protein.
I gotta get it all in and then just mix it up and throw some hot sauce on it or some
Yeah.
Worcestershire or Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Throw some sauce on
Some
it and
W
eat it.
sauce.
You
Some
know?
W sauce.
Some
Some
that's much
WD-40
better.
sauce.
Yeah, it's easier to say that than
It is actually.
the other one.
I wonder
But-
what Connery spends on eggs. His egg
Oh, I
budget.
wonder.
Because I know he goes
Especially
through
now.
several dozen.
Listen, eggs I think are one of the most underrated foods. I really
Oh,
do.
100%.
I think
I
eggs
love
is
it.
the most
Conspiracy anyway.
important. Not the most important, but I think it's the most bang for the buck. Everything all in one.
It's a complete
Yeah.
protein.
Yeah,
Like
for
all
sure.
of it. Protein.
Yeah, it has all the
Protein.
complete amino acids in it.
Everything.
It's a great fuel source. I
Yeah,
love
I
eggs.
can't wait to have more chickens.
Theoretically, of course.
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
Yeah, I can't wait. I have 4 now. I think I'm gonna get 2 next spring.
I like to eat chicken.
Yeah.
Not these
I
ones.
don't. Not my
kidding.
chickens. Not
No.
not yet. I'll butcher them. I'll butcher them soon. Here in a couple of years, I'll probably butcher them and get some new ones.
Yeah, once they're useless.
Once you what?
Once they're useless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once they're like,
I lived
Pastor
on a farm
Prime.
for years when I was a kid. A couple of years.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know if I could ever.
that's my dream.
Take care of a chicken like that
I want a farm. That's my dream.
Yeah?
Yeah, I
A farm?
do. I really do.
He's
I
a
like to
homesteader.
visit farms.
and then go home.
And then go.
And then go home.
I like to watch
home to
them
your
wake
air
up early and do
conditioning
all
and-
the work. Yeah. Before years ago, I used to take care of like a horse for our pastor.
Oh,
and just
okay.
like, it's a lot of work. Farms are work. My
Farms
mom's
is work.
owned horses, and then the more animals you add, the more work you add.
Yeah.
And the more cleanup you add, and then I'm like, man, that's not.
This is not Old MacDonald Had a Farm fun. For
No,
me.
that's not my type of fun, you know. And then depending on where you live, you have predators that eat your animals, you know, and then you got to deal with predator issue. And
But isn't that just raw? That's so raw, though. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I like about
so
it.
I'm the type of guy that I'm like, you know what I want to do? I want to be friends with the farmer, and then I will support his business by buying his stuff.
Nice. There
Okay.
You
you
know,
go.
I'm like, I like your farm. I will.
I'll
visit
buy your
your
eggs.
farm.
I'll buy your beef.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll buy your
I'll support
spinach
what
and
you do.
Swiss chard. Yeah.
But like, God bless you for doing the work. Farmers are the real deal.
Yeah, they are.
Like
They
some
are
of the most
hardcore.
hardest working people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I can make money from that, but yeah.
Well, you basically do the work to feed yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
So so then I don't have to spend money on food anymore, which I spend a lot of money on food right now.
It's true. Yeah,
I spend over $1,000 on food right now.
Me too.
A month.
I got 3 teenagers.
Yeah.
I get it.
Wow.
It's crazy.
You know, I can't even like if I go out to any fast food place, just fast food, $50 to $60 a pop.
Easy.
Not even. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I went to In-N-Out the other day, and I haven't gone out in a long time just because I've been financially just trying to not do that.
Yeah.
And
Budget
I went to In-N-Out, and we only got like meat patties. So we got 15 meat patties and like 4 fries. Okay, $30. It
Yeah.
was expensive. And before, we used to feed the whole family for $30.
Not anymore.
Not
Yeah,
anymore?
My family, it's easily 55.
Oh,
so
my
we
gosh.
go. We just get a couple of meals to try to like everybody eats the fries, a couple community drinks, but even still, it's just. And now Benaiah learned because I'd get a 3x1. So you know what that is.
Yep. 3 meat, 1 cheese.
Yeah, I get the 3x1. And then Benaiah learned he can get a 3x. Now he wants a 3x3.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro. Is that, so
You got to start working.
he's close. He's getting a job this summer.
Oh,
I'm like,
cool.
you're gonna
Good
work
for
for
you.
your snacks.
Good for you.
You know,
Yeah,
and
that's
your
fair.
food.
That's fair.
Hey, I mean, I started working at 15 and a half.
Yeah, so he turned
Yeah.
16 in May, and he tried actually to get a job last summer, but because he was 15, nobody
Yeah,
hired him.
worker
But now that
program.
he'll be 16, there's several spots. Like he's driven in that regard, so
That's
he
cool.
wants to go get a job and
That's awesome.
and work.
I love working. Or I loved working or whatever.
I love working out.
I like working out.
I mean, I like working. It
Yes.
just depends on the context of what the work is.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. You don't
Yeah,
like throwing pearls to swine. Trust me, I understand.
No, I've had a lot of jobs. There's several that I just don't like.
Oh, that's fair.
You know.
Oh, there's plenty I don't. Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. 100%.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's work with a purpose, I guess.
Yes,
It has to be.
exactly.
It has to be purposeful,
Yep.
right?
It has intrinsic value, but it also, again, for me, I've realized anything that I do, I want it, in some way, I've got to be serving people.
Yeah.
So if it's a job where I feel like I'm not, it's hard for me to do. Like doing a job for money doesn't have as much value to me as doing a job that helps people. But you can find one that does both. Praise God.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's why we started this business.
Yeah.
Was to give back to people, and this is where we're at now. So it's the best.
It is.
I love it.
And you got people out there who are just like, I would love a job where I don't have to speak to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, but at the end of the day, they still find people to talk to, though. 'Cause
Well,
they
listen,
end up getting lonely.
we were wired to be in community and to have
Yes.
some sort of relationship.
That's right.
Like we're wired that
I
way.
feel personally attacked.
Not personally. Well, you're here right now in some sort of relationship.
Oh, trust me, yes. And my
But it also takes
social
you-
batteries is
yes,
is-
yeah.
Trust me.
My
it'll
wife
be
is the
dead.
same one.
Yes. Well, I am your wife.
Oh, that's awkward.
Yes, it is a little bit awkward. I am very similarly wired like your wife. Basically, it was just like there's only
No,
so
so-
much social
yeah.
battery that you wake up with, and by the
So
time you're done, you're done.
When she first married me, she was just like, "How can you just talk to people so much?"
Yes, I'm tired even listening to the fact that you talk to people that much during
Oh,
the day.
24/7. Like I show my wife
No.
like how many text messages
No.
I have per day on my phone.
It's a hard no.
And how many conversations I'm just having in general. She's like,
Pat's wife, you have my empathy and my sympathy.
Well, over the years, though, I mean, we'll hit 18 years married this summer.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Again, makes me feel old, but
That's amazing.
She's gotten so much better at that battery capacity, but once it's depleted,
Yeah.
That's it.
she's just like, I'll be in my room.
Yeah.
Holler if you need something, but I'm here for a while. But my daughter now, I realize, has the same
Oh, really?
personality. Yeah, so by the time church, I don't know if you ever noticed, after church, my daughter just disappears. She just goes to her room.
It's like, where'd she go?
Yeah, no, she will. She was like, she'll
Good
look
for
at me,
her.
she's like, and I'm like, I mean, okay, and
Yeah.
she's gone. She's like, all right, I've peopled for 3
So
hours.
how
I'm
have
done.
you grown to not be with people so much? So you said your wife has grown to be, do that, and your
Yeah.
daughter and all that, but what have you learned in their world in terms of, being a little bit by yourself and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff?
I think it's healthy to, solitude is healthy in certain doses. And I think for me, I've realized that I need alone and quiet time too. And so
okay.
part of it is like with what I do is does revolve around people, but I can block out time a couple times a week to where I'm spending an hour or two just alone.
Okay.
And the hardest one to learn was just in quiet, because normally you'd have a podcast on.
right,
I think the greatest battle for me is like I usually feel guilty if I'm not being productive.
Yeah.
And so
Gotcha.
learning to just like shut everything down and to be quiet
Yeah.
Yeah,
and still and and even like, again, reading your Bible, you feel like there's things even spiritually that I should be doing, but just to do nothing. And that's part of it too, is I loved hiking. You go out to nature and you just
Yeah.
take that break.
Yep.
Is just learning that quietness and that solitude. Like our soul needs that too. As much as it needs people, we also just need to be able to compress.
Yep.
And to be honest, I think part of it is realizing as I got older that a lot of the times that I didn't like the noise, I always wanted to be busy because I was afraid of like my own thoughts.
Yes, I've heard that.
Right?
I've
Like
heard
you're
that.
afraid of
I've heard that.
your greatest fear is yourself and
Yep.
what you're talking to yourself. And so being alone and being quiet, you had to just kind of learn it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had that kind of moment last night.
Oh.
And or driving home, it's like I'm like you and you're like me. Like we work almost very similar in how we think. And if I'm not being productive, I feel like I just feel some sort of way. Like I feel like I'm not doing
It's
enough.
almost, I wouldn't call it guilt, but it's like guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so last night I'm like, I have all these things going in my head, and then maybe it was like a month ago or something. When I think when Janice was like, what is the Lord trying to tell you? You know? And at that time he's like, my presence is all you need.
Yeah.
So I'm like driving home, and I'm like, I haven't finished this podcast. I need to put it on. I'm like, and all of a sudden that thought came into my head. I'm like, no, nothing.
Yeah.
Your presence is all I need. So I turned everything off, and I was just like driving, and I was just like, all right. And all of a sudden, just random thoughts were coming in my head. I'm like, oh, okay. And the whole ride was just like this, almost like I don't know, it was like a circulation of like these thoughts, and all of a sudden it just became like peaceful as the drive went by.
Yeah.
Because of all these thoughts that were just in my head. It was almost like a cleanse. By the time I got home, I'm like, oh, that was nice. And I didn't even reach for my phone once I got home.
Yeah.
I was just like, then just it was
Interesting. That's
time
cool.
and present with my kids.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Rather than like me trying to like keep up with whatever I believe I need to keep up with.
Yep.
And then that's it.
I mean, it's interesting is because I think part of the idea of rest or Sabbath in the Bible was finding rest. And so you were supposed to cease from striving, cease from producing. But that's the complete opposite of our culture, right? Not only do we have like work hard so you can get far, but we also now have hustle culture and side hustles. And, you always got to be doing this, this, and this in order to produce. And so when we're not producing, all of a sudden we feel like, oh my gosh, I should be doing. And so there would be times I'd be sitting on the couch with my wife, and she's like, you good? I was like, yeah, I just feel like I should be doing something. And she's like,
Yep.
or you could just sit here with me. And I'm like, okay.
I'm the same way, man. I'm the same way.
But
the same
what
way.
I'm learning though is like when we rest and when we learn to just like put it down and cease, not only do we get peace of mind and
Yep.
peace of heart, but I feel like then this is also a way of saying I trust the Lord
That's
can
right.
produce for me.
That's right.
Right, that I don't
That's
have
right.
to do it all. It doesn't revolve around me.
That's right.
That and that helps.
Yes.
And then the Lord does do cool stuff along the way. But it's hard when like that's your drive.
Yeah.
So even we can learn self-control and discipline here, but we have to learn it at home
At
and other
home,
ways too.
yeah.
Of just like being able to shut it down and be present.
That's and you kind of hit it there on the head, man. It's like when we give, as in time for the Lord, or like when we tithe and things like that, and maybe give certain areas where we're like, okay, I'm going to lack in this area.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, and then almost stepping back and being like, I know, and stepping back and letting God work.
Yeah.
It's like that, right? It's like that's it right there, right?
It's saying I trust you.
I trust you. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's. I'm gonna sit right here, and try not to do anything about it, and kind of let you go work.
Well, the thing is, like, we as humans, we naturally, especially in America, man, like, we would never say it verbally, but we love control.
Yeah.
We love control. We feel like if I control my effort, I can control the outcome. If I can control where the money goes, I can control we try to control everything, even in our relationships, without realizing it's like, okay, well, I'm doing this, and so this should be the outcome. With our kids, okay, I control their environment, this should be the outcome. And we're trying to control everything, but to be able to take a step back and be like, I trust you, and I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yep.
Like, that's hard for us because
100%.
like there's no control.
Yeah.
But in some ways, but when you do that, though, I feel like it gives you true freedom internally, right? Because you're not now being controlled by anything else. But it's uncomfortable.
I love it. I love it. Let's go.
Uncomfortable.
Let's go. Well, we're gonna end
Cool,
it
man.
there. I have Braden coming in. I don't know if he's here or not.
Not yet. Not that I see.
But that's about our mark there.
Yep.
Pat, thank you so much, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for being on. Welcome to the team.
Yeah, I'm excited.
This is Pat, guys. And if you want to learn more, contact him. That's it. Do you have anything else to say to the people?
I look forward to seeing you at Smash Iron Fitness.
Yep.
That's right. SmashIronFitness.com. Protein.
Protein.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.
See ya.
Peace.